Foster is a longtime public servant, and I have tremendous respect for him. And as you know, he supported me in the campaign. I will tell you that Foster's ideas on that are worthy of consideration, but at this point largely reflect his ideas and not mine. But we do, I believe, have a significant problem in Louisiana when it comes to the structural budget deficit that we've been witnessing over the last 7 years, and this will be the 8th straight year with revenue shortfalls. And I'm not talking about just small shortfalls. They're significant, and they prevent us from investing in all of the critical priorities that we have in Louisiana, whether it's higher education, K through 12, mental health, health care. You all know right there in Shreveport the problems we're having with the hospital and the medical school. Well, you can't fix those problems without the resources necessary to make those investments. And so we're focused on that. We're going to fix the structural budget deficit and move forward in the state of Louisiana in a way that's more responsible and more prudent, and in a way that the people of Louisiana, I believe, will embrace.
What are your marching orders to the Foster Campbells and the others with regard to that Fiscal Matters Committee? Because it just seems like we're in such a deep hole, John Bel, that, this is going to take almost a miracle.
I don't think it's going to take a miracle. It's going to take honest and disciplined leadership and budgeting. It's going to require a different approach. I mean, clearly we can't keep doing what we've been doing. That's very clear. And I don't believe in a cuts-only approach. There are always going to have to be cuts. You're always looking for ways to deliver state services in a more cost-effective way by looking for efficiencies and so forth. Yeah, I think we do have to expand the flexibility to allocate cuts across a broader spectrum of the budget. We're going to do all those things. I've been talking about that for more than a year now. But at the same time, we can't pretend that that's going to be all that we have to do. And so we're going to also look at these tax expenditures, the tax credits and rebates that are costing too much and not producing enough return on investment. And with respect to the fiscal committee that I've got working for us, both with respect to recommending personnel and policies, I've asked them just give me their very best advice on how we can move forward and do these things. And there's going to be a lot of ideas floated. Clearly, you can't do them all, and you would never try to do them all. But we have to think outside the box a little bit and do some different things. And it's really an exciting time from that perspective. I mean, challenging, yes, but I am so confident that when we meet our challenges, we're going to unleash potential and prosperity in Louisiana, and I'm excited about it.
Mr. John Bel, the last 8 years under a supposed conservative Republican, Bobby Jindal, government in Louisiana, the size of Louisiana government spending, it got bigger. It got bigger. Is it in your mind that at the end of your first term that Louisiana government will be a little leaner and certainly more efficient?
Well, we're going to have the government that we need to reflect the priorities of the people. And I will tell you that government spending increased even though we have 30,000 fewer state employees. And all of those privatization deals were supposed to save money. I don't think that was ever really the plan. It's kind of hard for me to see that. I will tell you it's hard to make sense of what the state of Louisiana has actually done under Governor Jindal's leadership over the last 8 years now, and I want to have the government that we need to have in Louisiana. We've cut higher education by more than $700 million a year in state general fund investments. And we've increased tuition on our kids more than any other state in the nation since Bobby Jindal's been governor.
Mr. John Bel, pardon me just a second. You said that Louisiana will have the government it needs. Most of us don't know what we need. What do you think we need?
Well, first of all, we need a government that invests in our critical priorities. We have transportation infrastructure needs that are just tremendous. I know we always hear about the $12 billion backlog. And that number is so big that it's hard for people to imagine. But as you travel around the state, whether it's I-49 North that hasn't been completed yet, or whether it's I-49 South, or the new bridge on I-10 in Lake Charles, or the new bridge across the Mississippi River in Baton Rouge that we need, or a new off-ramp in New Orleans to try to get from the interstate to the airport, we have tremendous needs in Louisiana, and we're not even meeting the needs that we have to maintain the current highway system that we have, for example. And all of these lack of investments, whether it's in workforce training, whether it's in healthcare, whether it's in transportation infrastructure, that inhibits economic investment and job creation as well. So, it is a real challenge. Let me be frank with you. Of course, we talked about this many times before. You and I and Aaron and your listeners. It's a real challenge, but I'm excited about our future. I know that the people of Louisiana are going to be better served by a different approach, a better approach, a more disciplined and honest approach to government. And quite honestly, I sense that the people of Louisiana are very hopeful and optimistic as I travel and meet with them.